an anonymous name. What is the ruling on accepting an invitation to a dinner or a party given by Muslims to recite Quran for the dead annually, or celebrate anniversaries, birthday parties, and Mawlid, and so on? I wouldn't attend. Why? Because it is not permissible to even hold these anniversaries for the dead person, especially when we add to that religious duties. Like, I know what they do. They give everyone a para, and we sit together, and everyone finishes his para. Then we do Ameen party, and everybody recited. We claim that we made khatmah for the dead person. This gathering is not approved. I'm talking about by the Sunnah in our Sharia. So we would love to benefit the dead person and would like to condole his family. Number one, the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Aza, or giving the condolence, has 3 days. Except if you're abroad and you didn't have a chance to give Aza or condole the family of the dead person, because it renews the sorrow and the pain, feeling, and so on. As far as benefiting the dead, it could be done by many legal and advised ways according to the Sunnah. Number one, making dua for the dead person, performing Umrah or Hajj, and either praying for him or her, the dead person, while performing Tawaf and Sa'i, or on the day of Arafah. Or if that person didn't have a chance to do it, he can do it instead of him or her, provided you have done yours first. Giving any charity on behalf of the dead person, fasting the missed days on behalf of the dead person. There are many things. Giving a continuous charity, building a masjid, participating in building a masjid, or whatever. These are all legal means through which it would definitely benefit the dead person. As the Prophet ﷺ said, printing or buying copies of the Quran and distributing that among the students, books of da'wah, that would definitely benefit the dead person if your intention is to grant the word to the deceased. The practice of getting together after 40 days and after 4 months or after 1 year to celebrate or commemorate the remembrance of the dead person, no matter who is he, it is not permissible. Habiba, the Prophet's wife, may Allah be pleased with her, narrated that the Prophet ﷺ said, I do not permit anyone to mourn the death of anyone for more than 3 days or beyond 3 days, except the wife. She should mourn the death of her husband 4 months and 10 days. 4 months and 10 days. And that's why Habiba, she was visited by one of the lady companions after her father Abu Sufyan passed away once. Then once again after her brother passed away. And Habiba, may Allah be pleased with her, after 3 days she decided to wear kuhl and put some perfume. She said, Wallahi, I'm not interested. I don't want to. Of course her heart is still saddened by the death of her father or her brother. Had I not heard the Prophet ﷺ saying so, and she narrated the hadith, that no one should mourn the death of another beyond 3 days, even if it is a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a wife. But the wife mourning the death of her husband 4 months and 10 days. So what about 1 year? And these anniversaries, these are all invalid practices. And if they are invalid, then they will not be of any use for the living, let alone to benefit the dead. We stated what would definitely benefit the dead. But some people insist. Why? Because they do not look at it from a religious point of view. They are not really concerned about what will benefit the dead. What they're concerned about, to fulfill their cultural practices. What would people say about us? They would think that we are very cheap, we're very miser, we do not like our beloved person who passed away, our father, our mother, whoever. We have to throw a big party. We have to invite everybody. We have to invite the qaris and give them plenty of money. Why? So everybody knows that we are very keen to honor and commemorate the death of our father, our mother. This is invalid. Has nothing to do with the religious duties towards Allah or towards the dead person. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever innovates anything in our religion, it will be rejected. As simple as that. But I can definitely recite Quran on my own as much as I want. And after I recite the Quran, whether I recited one para, two paras, more or less, or the whole Quran, and at the time of making dua, I include the dead person in my dua on any day, not to do it on the commemorating day, the anniversary of the death or the birth of that person. That becomes an innovation. It is something relating to the religion and religious practices. And whenever it comes to religious practices, each and every one of us must imagine yourself like a train on the rail. You cannot go right nor left, you just stay on the trail as the Prophet ﷺ prescribed exactly. Some scholars, by the way, say it is permissible to recite the Quran and grant their word to the dead person. But the more right view, and Allah knows best, that with regards to the Quran, you recite it for yourself and you can make dua for the dead person.